My name is Marcelle Wahba, and I spent a very long career in the Middle East with the Department of State as a Foreign Service officer. I was first introduced to Anera when I lived many years ago in Seattle, Washington, and it was right after the 1973 war. And that's when I discovered Anera and all the wonderful work it did, especially in those times when we had refugees after every escalation of war in the region. So I remember washing dishes, cooking pastries, all kinds of things to raise money, help raise money for Anera so they could send it overseas to Palestine. After I finished my long career with the Foreign Service, came back to Washington, I happened to be at a lunch, and there I overheard people talking about Anera again, and I looked around, and it was Viken Kalbian and Alfred Khoury, who are both on the board, and I got very excited, and I said, "Oh, are you guys involved with Anera?" And they said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, what's Anera up to these days?" I got reintroduced to Anera, and I was very honored that they asked me to serve on the board, because I think Anera not only does development projects and humanitarian projects, but it also feeds the soul. Many of the projects, for example, the agricultural projects, will be to raise crops in the West Bank so that people will not have to depend on imported food, which, as we know, oftentimes doesn't get through borders. Same thing when they, have a program for preschoolers for milk. They buy the milk from dairies from the West Bank, again, to improve and empower people who are running businesses in the West Bank while at the same time serving a very important health need for young children. So I think Anera is just one of the most fantastic NGOs working in the Middle East and doing really useful and creative work.